rate? How would you rate your ability to rate? Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching us on the replay, what is up? We all just watched The Mandalorian, and all of our brains are on the floor because they've blown out of the back of our heads, and they're all over the floor. This is a crazy, crazy episode. We got a lot of stuff right, but we also got some stuff wrong in this episode as far as predictions, so I want to talk about that. Spoilers. Spoilers. This is a spoiler review, breakdown, reaction thing. Spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, like, what are you doing? Don't be one of those people. I didn't put anything spoilery in the thumbnail. There's nothing spoilery in the title except the word spoiler. Get out of here. If you haven't seen the episode. Get out of here. Okay. So I think the way I want to do this and what I want to do is just kind of go through the episode, go through the things that really blew me away, and then we will get into Q&A, okay? So I think that's how we're going to start this, okay? So, you know, right away, we start off with the shot in the trailer, you know, the ship's very banged up, and I got to tell you, man, this show looks incredible. Like, it looks incredible. I think the digital effects are so much better than what they were last season. And it's not that they were bad last season, but there's just something about them in this season where they're a little bit sharper. It feels like the rendering is a little bit tighter. And it literally feels like there's some like ray tracing kind of things going on with some of it. It looks incredible. The ship falling and Mando sort of crash landing the crest was awesome. It was fantastic. And then, of course, we get that little Star Wars humor where he, like, almost nails it. And then the ship scoots off and he falls into the water. I thought it was great. Very cool. The lover scene between the two frog people was, I'm going to say it, adorbs. That's all I'm going to refer to it. It was adorbs. If you didn't find that scene enjoyable, then you're soulless. It was perfect. And then we get a nice little bar scene, man. Like, I love these bar scenes. The cantina scene, he's sliding the things across to get the info and all that, right? Books the ship. Gets betrayed. And then, I mean, like, it kind of slaps us in the face hella quick. Bo-Katan enters the chat. Man. Man, they did good. Man, they did good. She looks incredible. She looks incredible. The armor looks fantastic. The physicality was brilliant. The way her and those other Mandalorians are cutting up the pirates and everything. I mean, they made them look like Terminators. And one of the things that was really cool about this episode was it's a big point. Like they're setting up. Man, it's crazy. Like, a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, they're clearly setting up this massive conflict. I mean, she's literally taking a Garvanti cruiser for the coming conflict? We're stealing cruisers now for the coming conflict. And she needs that Darksaber back. I mean, it's all right in front of us now. Bo-Katan coming to rule Mandalore, like, oh, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So her intro, I thought, ladies and gentlemen, whoo, girl, I thought it was incredible. Immediately after a badass little action scene like that, they then take off their helmets. So cool. So interesting. So cool. Also, does anybody doubt that Pedro got really pissed off about this helmet thing? Like, can you believe it? If you were Pedro Pascal, and you got to understand, this guy's not a big sweaty, right? He's not like us. Like, for me, like, dude, especially like the contrast between her saying the way of the Mandalore, and it's all like coming together for me now. I'm thinking of like Legends. I'm thinking of like the Mandalore. You know what I mean? Mandalore the Great. All these like things from Legends. and the separation between these two, and then Boba's connection into it. We're going to get there. Trust me. We're going to get there, and we'll do videos on it. We'll break it down. But to see them take the helmet off, I'm damn sure Pedro was like, I think this show is a cruel joke. I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni hate me, and they have written this in a way that I'm going to freak out. First, it's like Timothy Olyphant takes off the helmet, and he's able to rock the hair and do his damn thing. Next up, Bo-Katan, the rightful ruler of Mandalore, and her two cronies, yeah, they're also getting some FaceTime. You know what I mean? So I can totally see why he would have been upset. And hopefully I see a way out of it now for the show too, which is really, really interesting. I thought Bo, by the way, helmet off, I thought she looked incredible. Like, incredible. Now, I saw some people making comments about the wig. They thought the hair looked bad. I thought it looked perfect, dude. I thought it looked incredible. And her performance was great, right? Because then they've got the job. She knows about the Jedi. She can help him out, right? Again, for me, that's still a little fuzzy. Like, I don't really understand how we got on this track exactly, where other Mandos are going to tell us about Jedi. Anyway. But then, of course, Din is recruited for a crazy job taking out the Imperials on the cruiser. And this scene was fantastic, dude. Like, to see them actually just come onto the cruiser, annihilate these stormtroopers, like annihilate them, and move through this thing like a bunch of Terminators was badass. And again, I think it's very much intentional. I think it's intentional that they set that up just to show you how powerful not only Bo is, but the Mandalorians that she rocks with. Like, these are bad people. You know what I mean? We also get a little Gideon. We get our first Gideon of the season. You know, earlier today on the morning stream, we had asked everybody, and we were curious about how many episodes did we think Gideon was going to be in for the rest of the season. Well, it wasn't him in the flesh, but it was pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. And it also, he's in the show, he's in the episode, not just as an appearance, but he's in the episode contextually. You know what I mean? With Bo looking for him and wanting the saber and all of that, right? Pretty wild. And I see the super chat. I appreciate the support. I'll get into it in just a second. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the really big kind of thing at the end, of course, is Bo-Katan sending Din on his way to meet Ahsoka. Literally name dropped. Ahsoka. Boom. Go meet Ahsoka. And so many of us that had heard about this and that have been talking about this, we kind of figured that Ahsoka would be teased before you see her, because there's official Disney Plus stuff that came out. It's like leaked promotion, and it's like, what's she gonna look like in live action? Basically, it's literally like Rosario Dawson is gonna be Ahsoka. What's she gonna look like in live action? And that's official. It's in Disney Plus. It's like on the program, right? So we were like, okay, that means they're gonna tease Ahsoka ahead of actually seeing Ahsoka. So then, like, the buzz will be around, like, what does Ahsoka look like, you know? Damn. Also, I should note, here's the other thing that's really interesting. That's not Sabine. And by the way, I demand more likes, okay? I hate to be like that, but it's 4 a.m, okay? You know what I mean? And this job's really hard. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, this job's really hard. Like, to watch, like, stuff that I really love and then just geek out about it with people on the internet, and to, you know, not have to clock in, and, you know, I make my own schedule and, you know, literally just have to talk about it. You guys don't understand. It's really hard. It's, like, really challenging. I don't think people that do YouTube get enough credit. It's like I wouldn't say it's quite the same as like being a nurse or a doctor or something like that, but it's damn close. So please smash like. Yeah, so that's not Sabine. Crazy. Like, I was damn convinced that was Sabine. I think a lot of people were damn convinced that was Sabine. We're going to have to go back and see where those reports came from. Where did they originate? Someone's in trouble. Also, I'm thinking of a tweet that John Campea made where he was talking about different things in the season. And he said that one of the things he said was a lie. And there's 4 different things that he said. One of them was that Sabine, or that Sasha Banks was not Sabine. One of them was that Moff Gideon plays a huge role. One of them was that Grief Karga's past comes back to play. And one of them was a blink and you miss it cameo for Ahsoka. So here's where my thought process is. What I'm hoping is that he was lying about the Ahsoka thing, and we get like the back half of the season is literally just Ahsoka. Just like Ahsoka and Boba like take the child and they send Din off, and then it's a totally different show. Because we're headed towards Ahsoka, and that was not Sabine. So Sabine is very likely with Ahsoka. It's pretty wild, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty wild. I mean, I thought the action was incredible. I thought they handled a very important character very, very well. Bo is central to not only the rest of this show, but also what I think Dave wants to do with the Filoniverse. I think Bo is very important. I thought Katie Sackhoff was incredible. So, overall, high marks. We got to mention, too, that it's Bryce Dallas Howard that did this episode. I thought she did an incredible job, which is great because I thought her episode in season 1 was one of the weaker ones. Now, what's funny is in the gallery, they admit that they gave Bryce like one of the most difficult scripts, and it kind of shows, you know. However, this episode is fire. This episode's like, to me, top 3, maybe top 4 or 3 Mando episodes ever. Maybe I'm just sort of zerging out about the Bo-Katan thing, but man, did I like that Bo-Katan. I really liked that interpretation of Bo. I thought she was great. You know what I mean? But anyways, let me get into these super chats, and then we will do some Q&A. Darth Nablus says, why wasn't Sasha Banks in the credits? I can't really answer that, brother. I don't know. I don't really know why she wasn't in the credits. I assume that she was in the credits. Yeah. So feel free, ladies and gentlemen, throw some questions on into the chat. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Of course, if you got super chats, we'll spend some time on those questions and we'll answer every super chat that comes in. But if you don't have any loot, don't worry about it. It's probably... What? I'm pretty sure she's credited. Let's just chill. Carl Weathers does the next episode. Might we see a glimpse of her at the very end, and then Dave Filoni's episode 5 will be all about Ahsoka? I think so. I think this is probably what's going to happen, and this is, yeah, you're right. That's a great point, by the way, Coyote. So let's consider this. Do we think that that Din, knowing now where the Jedi is at, right, that he's going to go maybe try to get backup from Grief and Kara because he's just weary of the Jedi, you know what I mean? Maybe. Or maybe he doesn't trust the Jedi and he wants to go alone at first. Maybe. Something like that. We have Boba Fett, Cobb Vanth, Bo-Katan in live action with Ahsoka on the way. Thank you, Favreau and Filoni, says James Levi Ray. Absolutely, brother. It's pretty incredible, right? I mean, this is, again, and I've been talking about this on streams. I've been talking about this in different videos. I've been talking about this with Star Wars Theory on the Nerd Theory podcast, which you should definitely be checking out. Star Wars fans, man, it's just nice. It's really nice to be where we're at right now. As compared to a lot of the tension and the conflict that happened with the sequel trilogy, it is a beautiful thing to be in this place now where maybe we don't all agree as far as our subjective opinion about the show, but we can all agree it's in a very good direction. It's pleasing a lot of fans, and it's pretty incredible. It's an incredible time to be a Star Wars fan. Look, this show is getting so much better way faster than I thought it would be. This was only 35 minutes, and it might have been one of the best episodes. Like, it's crazy good. Do you think Sabine could be played by her voice actress in live action? Well, it's interesting that you say that, Ray. Up until this point, I had been pretty blinded by the rumors with Sasha Banks, to be honest with you. So it's like I almost couldn't even see anybody else being her, right? And now, I mean, that's possible, but then that would beg the question of like, okay, so then they didn't do that with Ashley, though? Like, so how is it going to be when Tia and Ashley see each other at the next convention? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that going to be a little awkward? Will it be like one of those high school situations where, like, Tia is walking with Rosario and they're, like, getting all this love, and then, like, Ashley's there and they, like, see each other from afar, and Ashley's like, hey, hi, Tia, and Tia's like, oh, and, like, acts like she doesn't see her, and then she's, like, just hanging out with Rosario. I mean, like, that's really sad. Damn. I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed to happen now. I'm pretty sure that is 100% going to happen. It's too bad. Darth Nabalus for the $5 super chat and no message. Thank you for the support. And for no question in there. It makes it much easier. Hyped for Den of Theory next week. Yeah, awesome. Me too, man. It's going to be crazy. Ashley doesn't care. She loves Star Wars. I know. I'm just clowning, Matt. Come on, Matt. Don't be so sensitive. Is that Ashley's sock puppet account? Relax. My bad. She was credited as Mercedes. Yeah, but not her real name. Her real name, yeah. We can also see Rex with Ahsoka. Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, the prior point that was brought up about, Carl Weathers doing episode 4 is a very good point. You get Carl Weathers episode. Likely you're getting some Navarro stuff. Din's going to be like, hey, Kara and Grief, I'm about to meet this Jedi, and I don't know what to think about it. Help me out. And then, boom, we go into Filoni's episode. Guys, holy shit. Filoni's episode? Whew. Wow. Baby Yoda's escape pod. What are the chances we don't actually get Ahsoka next week and instead get a standalone backstory episode of Boba? Maybe Ahsoka at the end. Yeah, so I kind of just answered that. But I think it's very possible that... Well, look, I just don't think... I see no scenario in which we see Ahsoka before Dave Filoni's episode. So, again, I think it's a safe bet that next week's episode will diverge a little bit. And then when Filoni's episode is happening, that's when we'll get it going on. What is Corvus? Never heard of that planet. Look, I'm not 100% on that. It didn't ring any bells for me either, so I'm not familiar with it. But I'll tell you what it is. Dope as hail. Likely, we'll learn a whole bunch about it, I would assume. Maybe Ahsoka and Sabine haven't found Ezra yet. This gives room for the live-action Rebels spinoff. True, Travis, but it is rumored that Ezra will be with them as well. Yes. Yes. Maybe even a little Rahul Cooley in a couple weeks. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? My theory is next week's episode will be a cliffhanger. We'll get to see Ahsoka. Yeah. Totally possible. Cal Kestis, dude, please give me Cal Kestis. Please. Over under on Favreau giving Bryce Dallas Howard the hard episode again. It was a pretty hard one, but damn, was that Bo-Katan entrance great. Dude, I can't wait. As soon as we wrap up here, I'm going to watch this episode again. Like, I'm going to go right into watching this episode again. Like, this was lit, dude. This is the Star Wars I love. Yeah, indeed. Now, this is the good stuff, man. Like, this is just a really good place to be as a fan base, and we're really opening stuff up with the Filoni-verse. You know what I mean? Rewatch party! The only problem with that is, Aaron, I want to, like, kind of be laying down and just really relaxing, so no watch party for that. She said Colodan was the city she's at on Corvus. Interesting. Sasha Banks played Koska Reeves, according to subtitles. Yes, guy on a couch. It is true. Sasha Banks was not Sabine. And you know what? I'm totally cool with it. Because throughout this episode... Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. One of the big things that I was seeing in the chat while we were doing our watch party was people complaining that, like, Sabine was getting no play, right? So that's totally true. Like, imagine if that was Sabine, and then we'd be talking here like, damn, Sabine really didn't do shit. You know, Bo-Katan's doing the most, but Sabine, man, she's not really doing anything. So I'm actually kind of glad that that's not Sabine, because it means that when we do meet Sabine, she will hopefully be, a little bit more like Sabine. She'll look more like Sabine. And B, have more to do and say, hopefully, right? Any chance of the Filoniverse just retconning the sequels? Zero chance. Look, you just got to get over that. Look, here's the thing. We need to meet them in the middle, dude. The sequels happened. Yeah, they were rough. I think Disney knows they were rough. They've made adjustments. I think the Star Wars we're going to get from here on out is going to be very cool. And I think we're going to have a whole bunch of cool stuff going on around the time of the sequels anyway, to sort of take the canonical weight of the sequels away, the weight off of its shoulders. But look, forever, the things you didn't like about the sequels, those are forever a part of the canon. And you just got to live with it, dude. It's like people that, like, didn't like the prequels. I get that, and it's fine. But it happened. It's canon. You got to just get over it. Pick the parts you like about it, and then you can just sort of speak about the things you don't like about it in a different way. You know what I mean? No retcon. It's never going to happen. Get over it. Yo, Josh, who was that Mando that dove in the water? Yeah, it's an unknown Mando. Unknown Mando. Wikipedia says Corvus is run by criminals. Can we get our favorite space pirate? Are you talking about Hondo? Do you think... Are we going to see mother flipping Hondo on this planet? Oh, my God. Yo, that's not rumored at all. But if we see Hondo, I'm going to need to change my pants. That's crazy if we see Hondo. No, that was Sasha that dove into the water. Yes, but that's not Sabine. Yes, Lord Vito, it is true. If you would like one of these dope badges and to get behind-the-scenes stuff, you should join the membership today. Become a Nerdvenger today. So are we getting Ahsoka next week? I doubt it. I think Ahsoka's in 2 weeks, man. Was that an electrocution, Chewie? Yeah, I think it is. I halfway expected Homie to get, like, force choked or something, and then I'd be like, damn, dude, Gideon is strong with the force. You know what I mean? Where can I watch this for free and what happened in the episode? So, Saigo, if you hit Alt F4 on your keyboard, it will pull up a prompt where you can then watch the episode for free. Do you think we get Ahsoka next week? No. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I heard that it was ruined by them pushing left-wing ideology. I hope that doesn't happen here because I enjoy the show, says Chris Campbell. You heard wrong, actually. The biggest beef with Star Wars is actually that it's hardcore conservative. And, like, people get really bothered by it. Like, I don't personally have a problem with it, but it's been, like, really, really conservative. Like, a lot of people don't talk about that Vader moment where he's like, taxation is theft. You know, it's like, whew. It's really crazy. I don't care. Some people don't like politics in their Star Wars, but, yeah, I don't really get on it that much. Josh, aren't you tired? Nah, I'm cool. What's the difference between Clone Wars and this? Like 30 years? Yeah, something like that, I would say. Yeah, that sounds about right. Bro, so we just going to ignore the fact that there is possibility that Rex is alive? No, Landon, we're not going to ignore that. It's been reported. I believe that was in the Hollywood trades, man. Tamara Morrison's totally playing Rex as well. So, yeah, we'll probably see Rex. We're going to see the whole Sabine. Look, it's the Filoniverse episode. I've been telling you guys for like 9 months. It's just, look, I understand being skeptical. But, yeah. We might see a shot or some kind of tease, Ben, but to be honest with you, no. Like, I just see no universe in which you will... I see no universe in which we'll see Ahsoka without... it being Dave Filoni behind the camera, directing it. So, yeah. You think we see Ezra? I do. I do think we see Ezra, yeah. Bo-Katan! Why didn't she age? Oh, she aged, man. Just Mando's, yeah, they just good genes, I guess, huh? I thought she looked great, by the way. I just thought she looked incredible. No shot you see Ezra, says Aldi. Aldi, are you Rahul's sock puppet account? You having a go at me? Bo is like 60. 60 going on friggin' 22. She's looking good. Will we see Rex? In all caps. Yes. Yes, we will. Nay says, do we see a lightsaber this season? So, yeah, I think so, man. Originally, I was kind of skeptical on this. I was like, okay, so we'll probably see Ahsoka. I would imagine it's going to be pretty limited. And I don't think she's really going to be getting much action in, right? But what if... I mean, look, I'm going to tell you, dream. You want to know the dream scenario? Do you want to know the dream, ladies and gentlemen? Would you like to know Das Dream? The dream? The dream would be Mando pulls up and Ahsoka and Ezra are training and we're just seeing and hearing the crash of the green lightsaber and the blue lightsaber, or maybe her white lightsabers or whatever, and we're just seeing these two Jedi like train, and Din just pulls up and just is captivated by it, and we just watch it for a little bit. Like, that'd be pretty chill. That'd be pretty chill, you know what I mean? Josh, will we see Slave One ship at some point? I thought we might see Slave One pop up at the end of that episode when it's like just pulled back in space. I was like, yo, what if Slave One just pops up? Like, because I keep imagining that shot from Empire, right? Where like Han leaves after the Star Destroyer goes away, Han like pulls away from the garbage and takes off, and you're like, oh, okay, this motherfucker right here. And then Boba's like, I'm that motherfucker too. And then he, so I keep thinking about that shot. I want to see another version of that shot. And again, too, like, and we'll get into more of this in future videos and in future live streams. But one of the things that's so interesting is like we're really getting an explanation of where Din Djarin's place will be in the Mandalorian future. Because this is so crazy. Dude, Din doesn't even realize the true history of Mandalore. He's just brought up as a foundling by Death Watch. And he's raised in that culture, which is like the way of the Mandalore. Mandalore the Great, right? Very interesting. Boba has a role to play in that as well because Boba comes from that same culture. Well, Boba is more on Bo-Katan's side of things. In Legends, anyway. I don't know what it'll be in canon. But, wow. Gets a big old Owen Wilson wow from me. Legends is not canon. Thank you for clearing that up for us, Salad. Appreciate. Banks is not Sabine. Star Wars speculation biz took a hit tonight. Love it. Says Michael Flores. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sasha Banks is not Sabine. And I'm sure that the Star Wars speculation community feels awful. You know what that you remind me of? A Redditor. That's what Redditors are like. Like, Redditors can't wait. I bet Redditors didn't even finish the episode. I bet there were Redditors that saw it pop up in closed caption and they're like, I could get some karma. And then they just went to Reddit and they were like, rah! And then they read about all the Star Wars speculators. When did Bo find out about Ahsoka's survival? And how did she learn about where she went? When did Bo find out about Ahsoka's survival? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, you mean like, okay, you're talking about like post-Clone Wars Season 7. Obviously, we don't know that. But hopefully we get that filled in and maybe it's a really interesting story. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like a really interesting tale. Because, yeah, there's a lot of holes to this whole thing here, man. But we're starting to get the pieces put together. But unfortunately, Nathan, I have no answer for you. You know what I mean? Nay with another super chat says, I love each I love each episode 3 was awesome with Mandos. Yeah, that's true. I think what you're referring to is that episode 3 of season 1 was freaking incredible and also had a bunch of Mandos pop out, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. That's kind of crazy. And this season's episode 3 had a bunch of Mandos pop out as well. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild. When are you in theory going to go live again? Well, I mean, probably Monday night, but maybe we'll do some more live again sooner than that. I don't know. It's like we always want to do videos and stuff together, but we're both just really busy. So sometimes it's tough. But, I mean, dude, trust me, we've got a lot to talk about. So we're going to get into it on Nerd Theory next Monday. Just hearing Ahsoka's name in live action is making me so excited. I might faint when she actually appears. I know, right? It's awesome. It's freaking fantastic, dude. What a cool time to be a Star Wars fan. Morgan Guevara says, Thrawn. And I agree. And that's all that needs to be said. Do you think that Kanan's kid is also force sensitive and is being trained by Ezra or Ahsoka? Zachary Roberts, you're talking my language, man. Hell yeah, I think so. Jason Sendula is one of the characters I'm most interested in. And I would love it, dude. If Ahsoka has like a new little Jedi Order over there. Yo, okay. All right. Hold up. This just popped into my head, ladies and gentlemen. This just popped into my head. Go with me into speculation town. Go with me for just a second here. What if, and this would be kind of a retcon, what if they make it so that Luke has Ahsoka create an order of Jedi as well? Or maybe like before he's ready, right? Because there's this moment in canon where like Luke is like, nah, I don't want to create the Jedi. I want to go explore the Force. And he's just trying to learn more about the Force. He's being like Indiana Jones, okay? So what if at the beginning of in the very early days of the ending of the war, right? Because this is 7 years out from the war, but it's still relatively early before Ben Solo. This is pre-Kylo Ren, although it's relatively close. Ben is alive, but he's not being trained, okay? So what if Ahsoka is doing is making a Jedi Order like with the blessing of Luke? You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be kind of interesting? And then we have like this connection of like, okay, so yeah, Luke had his Jedi and he had his academy, and you know, Kylo fucked all that up. But then there was also the first wave of like sort of, they were not like necessarily Jedi, but they were like already Force sensitive sort of in the transition. Cal Kestis being one of them, Jason Syndulla being one of them, Ezra Bridger being one of them, et cetera, et cetera. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting. When does Fallen Order take place? When does Fallen Order take place? Yeah, I think it's Carl Weathers. That's Carl Weathers is directing episode 4. I saw somebody say or talk about. Yeah. Marshall Mathers is Thrawn. Love it. And he comes and he's like, this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Be kind of cool. Any chance we get a Mace Windu cameo? Dude, that would be incredible. But I doubt it. No, we don't want all Ahsoka, says Chris JP. Kanye West as Ezra? Kanye West would be his own Jedi. Kanye would be a crazy-ass Jedi. They'd be like, this motherfucker is definitely going to the dark side. Is Maul still alive during The Mandalorian? Unfortunately, no, unless it is retconned. Master Yi, there are too many of them. Fuck these kids. Will we get Yoda's homeworld at some point? I think it's very possible. It's heavily rumored as well. Well, I shouldn't say heavily rumored. It's rumored. Nerd Theory about to be epic on Monday. What an episode, man. Love from Portugal, bro. Much love back at you, my friend. And yes, it's going to be wild, dude. I'm super pumped to talk about this episode. I assume Theory really liked it. I haven't seen his reaction or anything like that. I know a lot of you guys watch him and then come over here. Was he pretty pumped? How did he react? Nice. Nice. Yeah. He said it's his favorite episode? Dude, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, man. It's just cool because, like, I think it's kind of cool because, like, he and I have sort of have become friends, like, right before Mando, and I've been, like, telling him all this crazy stuff was going to happen, and he's like, yeah, rumors, and I've been trying to be like, no, but this is a little different, like, this really feels corroborated, like, this is really going to happen, and then as this stuff starts to happen, I think it's cool because I think we're both just getting really fucking excited for what's coming. Like, this is crazy, guys. Like, this is crazy. Crazy. Ewok Jedi? I'm down with some Ewok Jedi. I think that would be dope, dude. You kidding me? It'd be great. What is coming to explain? Well, Ahsoka, Rex, Hera Syndulla. Oh shit, Hera's in the show? Yeah, probably gonna see Hera in the show, guys. Yeah. I was a bit miffed we didn't get the Sabine name reveal. Well, that's not Sabine, Neil. And I know this is going to be really confusing for people, but that was not Sabine. That was not Sabine. Nay, with the $5 super chat, did you ever think while watching Clone Wars it'd be so canon and live action, so good? No, man, I never really thought it would be like this. I mean, this is like so different. Like you can just tell. Like again, no disrespect meant to the sequels and to that whole situation and to people that really like the sequels. But I mean, come on, it's so clear that like this is made by people that not only love the lore and love the shows and everything, but also get them. And that's why it's important that it's the Filoniverse, right? Because it's great that Dave is going to have this major hand in making all this make sense. I mean, this is what we've wanted. You know, everybody always yells like, replace Kathy Kennedy with Dave Filoni. I mean, that's not really what we want. You know, at the end of the day, we just recognize that Dave gets it in places that she doesn't, and we're like, why aren't you fucking using that guy's brain? Like, just plug into that guy's brain and make some cool Star Wars shit. It ain't that hard. And now that we're doing that, it's pretty cool. Enrique Rubos says, man, Josh, no lie, this episode got me hard. Couldn't stop geeking out so hard. Best episode so far, in my opinion. Yeah, bummed Sasha wasn't Sabine. Yeah, thanks for the support, man. Yeah, it's super cool episode. Glad you really liked it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to feel about. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily bummed that Sabine, that Bo-Katan, or that Sasha's not Sabine. Frankly, I'm kind of like excited because now I'm like, who the fuck's Sabine? And are they really gonna bring it? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not bummed, and also I'm happy to be wrong. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care. Like as you go through this thing, you're gonna be wrong. You know what I mean? And you're gonna buy into reports more than you should. You're gonna get biases and things like that. So it's like it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. I'm pretty sure Sabine is gonna have new hair color. Yeah, dude. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. Surely Ahsoka will be with Sabine. Maybe they found Ezra. Yeah, that's the theory. That's what we think is going to happen. Yeah, I went into this episode like, Sabine, but I'm not disappointed. Oh, I know, right? That's what's crazy, right? I went in thinking Sabine for sure. I was like, yo, Sabine. And then Bo just straight up steals the show. Bo was incredible. Enrique again says, but Bo is 100% badass. Katie really brought the voice acting to live action as a total badass. Bo vs. Gideon will be amazing. Yeah, man. I can't even tell you. I mean, I was just incredibly happy, and she's such an important character, and I felt like she looks great, she sounds great, and the character feels right. The way she was talking about war and stuff with Din, and I was like, damn, dude, like she's turning up all of a sudden, you know, she's holy shit, like she's ready for blood, you know? And I was super into it. Your evil uncle says Katie Sackhoff is hot in female Mandalorian armor. All I'll say to that is I'll be in my bunk. Sufi says, Josh, I was a little bit lost when Bo told Mando about his being from a specific religious clan within Mando people. Do you know any more about that? Yes, I do. And I've tried to explain this before, but it's kind of a tough thing to get. But here's the deal. The Mandalorian culture, and this is from Legends, but it now appears to be happening in canon. The Mandalorian culture continuously finds this divide where there's a part of the culture that wants to be very much a war culture, literally conquering, just being, and they were sort of nomadic. It's really interesting. Like the Mandas, I think, are based on maybe the Khans and Genghis Khan a little bit, and that kind of stuff. But anyway, they've constantly had this division where part of their planet says we got to be the conquerors, and then all of a sudden there'll be new people in the culture that are like, we should be well trained and militant, but not necessarily conquerors and as brutal. And so there's been all these different splits in the culture. And you see this in the Clone Wars a little bit as well, right? With Duchess Satine trying to take Mandalore in a new direction and being more passive and things like that. And then Death Watch rejects that, okay? So Death Watch was like, that's not Mandalore. Mandalore will always just be warring badasses, let's get it, hoorah, kind of thing. So Mandalore's continued to have that split. What she's referring to is the fact that Din and the foundlings were brought up by Death Watch, and we see Death Watch rescue him in season 1, so it makes sense, right? So Death Watch rescues Din, brings him in as a foundling, meaning the Kree of the Mandalore, that's a Death Watch thing, not a Mandalorian thing. Okay? Those were Mandalorians. Bo-Katan is the rightful ruler of Mandalore, as so far as we know. And so she's able to take her helmet off, but Din comes from a religion that I think is referred to as like screw you Pedro or something like that, in which they must have the helmet on all the time. It's kind of interesting, right? I hope that made sense. Death Watch died in the Siege of Mandalore. Could the armorer be an old member of Death Watch? Absolutely. Could be. Totally. Please check my last super chat. All right, will do. Let me see here. Sorry if I missed it. I don't see it. Sorry, man. Don't see it. Where is Boba's armor? Likely on the crest. When Bo went, what do you know about the Jedi? I fucking lost it. Oh, yeah, dude. For real. Like, and that was a great scene. I felt like it was really delivered really well, Will we see, have we ever seen Corvus? Not that I can think of. No. This season will end with Mando accepting he can take the helmet off, and season 3 will be a lot of no helmet Pedro. Look, I'd be down. And I hope that, I'm making fun of the whole situation, but I think it's going to be fine. Pedro will continue to do it. I think Pedro's great. So everybody just needs to chill out about all that shit. I'm just memeing. What episode do you think Bo-Katan and Moff Gideon will face off? I think, well, man, I guess it could be this season, huh? So, and Emily, to your second point there, you're asking about, didn't Bo say something about finding a new leader? She did, but she also kind of did a heel turn in that episode too. When she said, because like she's talking about like a new leader for Mandalore and all that, and that's when she's getting Din to go on the mission. And then once she's on the thing, like her tone changes and she's like, I need this for ruling Mandalore. So maybe she was just kind of lying or misleading before. You know what I mean? Moff obviously beat Bo and took the Darksaber, but why did Moff Gideon kill her afterwards? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Can you check episode 4 pictures IMDb? Sure, let me look it up. I don't see anything on here, dude. So, thanks. Thanks for wasting My motherfucking time. Yeah. Probably going to call it soon here, ladies and gentlemen. Get those last-minute questions in. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, man. What a crazy-ass episode. What a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Nathan, with a super chat, says, do you think Ahsoka will talk about Anakin since he's now dead and maybe she's talked to Luke Skywalker? Dude, I would love that. I mean, come on. Whew. I just don't know how it... well, I guess you could talk about Anakin. It just depends on how deep we're going to get on the Jedi stuff, right? What's the deal with Baby? What's the deal with the Jedi? What's the deal with the Force? I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Do you think Luke will make an appearance in the show? There's no rumors or anything of Luke, but it would make sense from the story perspective. So maybe. And we could always get that in later seasons as well, right? Will Boba pop back up again? I do think so, yeah. I do. I do believe he will pop up again, yeah. What do you think about Bo-Katan wanting the Darksaber now, but being reluctant in Rebels? I mean, I think it's character development. I think that she's obviously in a different place. So are we going to see Ahsoka next week? Nah, I think we'll see Ahsoka in the Dave Filoni episode, which is 2 weeks from now, I believe. Check IMDb. I did. Do you think Baby... what? We'll use... I don't know what you're talking about. Love the channel. Keep doing good work. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate the love, man. Will Jedi appear in episode 4? I doubt it. Check again, dude. No, man. Go fuck yourself. How about that? There actually is episode 4 picks on IMDb. You fuckers. You fuckers. Somebody fact check these fools in chat. Am I gonna lose it? Am I gonna snap out? I see nothing. I see nothing, and I hate it. Hey, there's a few guys. There's a few pictures for episode 4 actually on here. I found them all by myself. So it looks like we see. Here, you know what? We can go into the theater. I can show you guys. Once again, I want to point out I found these all by myself with absolutely no help from the chat. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got the TIE fighters. Interesting. We got this little scene, which is from the trailer, and we know has a little, yeah, this cast of characters is involved. Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't know Best Buy existed in the Star Wars universe. 24-month financing seems pretty good. I wonder, after the repair in this episode, though, if Din can afford that, you know what I mean? This looks to be from that military base. Some kind of installation there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so it looks like he will pop up on Navarro and be like, yo, help me out with some stuff. And then this is them maybe leaving the base or scrambling the fighters or something. Oh, my God, again. Wow. Interesting. And then, yeah, we got this shot here. So, yeah, it totally looks like we were right. Navarro and these cats next week. Oh, my God. Wow. Snoopy's in Star Wars, too. That's crazy. And then we'll get Ahsoka the week afterwards. And, you know, just want to remind everybody that I found that completely on my own. Again, I'm not trying to brag, but, you know, pretty good. I'm pretty good at this. Okay, JT with the super chat. Thanks, man. Says, thank y'all for making Thursdays fun. After dark, live watch parties, and these nightcaps with or without all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, and the thing is, I wanted to have Al on here. I love talking to Al about Star Wars, man. But the man is tired. The man is supposed to be on vacation right now, and he's been putting in so much work for the channel. So he needed to just rest up, and it is all good. Yeah. Josh, show us the shirt. This is my jolly face. This is my jolly face. Yeah, I am a nerd. You're literally watching a channel called The Den of Nerds, you know what I mean? General Star Wars audience do not know these rebel characters in Ahsoka. Will the show really give significant roles to them or lean towards someone like Boba? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they're going to play a significant role. Din's been looking for Jedi. Mainstream people know who Jedi are. Ahsoka has now been set up as sort of like the MacGuffin Jedi of the quest. I think we're going to be fine. I think a lot of people are going to know who Ahsoka is now. And, yeah, I think we're in it. We're all good. Wouldn't worry about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it there. Up early in the morning, talking about nerdy shit. Come on back to the Den of Nerds Live, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Damn, it's early. A little delirious. Sorry if this has been too weird. Okay, guys. Am I going to be real cool and do a 10 a.m. stream too? No. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.